everybody, and welcome to this special on the Sagittarius new moon that happens on the 30th of December. So I hope you all had a nice seasonal period and you're looking forward to the coming new year. Astrologically, I celebrate the new year in March at the spring equinox, but I know a lot of people celebrate it on the 1st of January. So happy new year. I hope that you get all that you want and need, and remember, no matter how far you think you are from living your best life, whatever that is to you, whether it be going back studying for some of you, changing career, daring to love again. And believe you and me, I know there's a lot of red flags out there, but as long as we ask the right questions and we stay grounding, and remember that often, as Enric Firm said, we are not falling in love, which we're all programmed to do. Love is something that we need to stand in. So what does that mean? That means picking the right person, because a lot of us humans, in fact all of us, can be idiots at times. We all have our lesser qualities. So it's about being intentional about the fact that your person is going to annoy you sometimes. So it's about finding that person who you're still going to love even when they're annoying. And how can we get there? Well, we can get there by starting to love ourselves, even when we are annoying, even when we're not being who we want to be, and all the rest of it. So I wish you abundance of self-love, understanding, forgiveness and management as we go into the new year. And for all of you who do listen to me and have been listening to me for a while, it's greatly appreciated. It keeps me going. So yeah, let's go into this analysis of this new moon. So if you want to know what to do generally in the new moon, listen to this, the pre-recorded thing that I've done, where I've probably introduced it with this, but you know me already. So listen to that, and then after that I'm going to talk about this specific new moon on the 30th of December. So now I'm going to talk about what the new moon represents in astrology, and what the spiritual and psychological meanings are, and just the things we can do. So all in all, in astrology, the new moon is a catalyst, it's the pulse, it's the ground that can provide us with personal growth and transformation if we are willing to, take the new beginnings. This energy wants us to do. It wants us to take fresh starts. This could even mean restarting a project or relationship for some of you. And it is also a powerful tool for manifesting your goals and intentions. So it marks the perfect opportunity for self-reflection, intention setting, and as the moon disappears from the view, because we don't really see the moon at the time of the new moon, it invites us to turn inward, reflecting on our desires and whether they align with our goals, our life purpose and our true authentic self. And by actively engaging in the new moon energy, we can promote more clarity and focus within ourselves, and using tools such as journaling, meditation or creating vision boards, which I'll go a bit more in depth about later, can really help us focus. Now remember, tools like journaling, meditation and vision boards, they help us recognize our emotions, let go of our emotions, visually see what we want to manifest, but we have to take practical action, daily steps to bring desired reality into reality. So we can take this attentional approach, and this allows us to plant the seeds of our goals, nurturing them in the fertile ground of our subconscious mind. So it puts a spotlight on our thoughts. A lot of the time we have these thought patterns that we need to release, and the only way to release them is to take time to work through our psychological, emotional and spiritual traumas. The new moon also symbolises the cyclical nature of life. We have spring, then we have summer, then we have autumn, and then we have winter. So it reminds us that just as the moon phases transition, from new to waxing gibbous and full moon and crescent moon, so can our circumstances and mindset so we can change. We feel that we can't change because we've been programmed to conform, and a lot of people say, oh, once you pass a certain age, or people like you don't do this or that, but it's up to you what you do with your life. So it encourages us to release our limiting beliefs and past disappointments, making way for personal transformation on all levels by reprogramming our subconscious mind so we can seek out tools. Speakers like James Allen, Florence Goverson, Marcia Rosenberg, Scott M. Peck, Neville Goddard, even Manly P. Hall, who else, Louise Hay, Tara Brach, Jiddu Christa Murphy, Anthony DeMello have helped me reprogram my subconscious mind. So you search out the tools that help you, because that's part of it. You can listen to them while you're driving, while you're sleeping. You'd be amazed what the mind picks up and how, slowly doing things to change the negative thoughts in your subconscious mind can help you to let go of what no longer serves you and create a space for new opportunities to enter your life if you take care of it on the mind, body and soul level. So taking care of your mind by working through your traumas, taking care of your body by eating right, sleeping right, eating the right foods for you, and taking care of your soul by engaging in some sort of spiritual practice. And if we're willing to do this, we can empower ourselves to take charge of our growth and align with the universe's natural rhythms. So spiritually, as I said, it wants us to confront innermost thoughts, feelings and goals without the distractions of the external world. So taking some time out, even if it's just 5 minutes to be alone in your car, in your room, in your home if you live alone, if people are out. And by embracing the stillness and darkness of the new moon, we can dig into our subconscious, uncovering hidden truths and recognize desires. And through this self-reflection, we can also uncover ways to face our hidden truths, use our hidden talents, and to meet our unrecognized repressed desires. It serves as a pathway to understanding our soul's purpose and aligning our life with it. And as we increase our connection to our inner wisdom, practices such as lighting candles, intention setting ceremonies, and even guided visualizations or energy clearing rituals can help facilitate and support you gain a deeper sense of self-awareness on your spiritual journey. And as you honour this sacred time, you may find that the new moon not only illuminates your aspirations but also reveals the obstacles that get in the way of your growth. And a lot of the time we are the ones, our mindset, our unwillingness to let go, our need to stay in our comfort zones are often the big reasons we don't live the lives we want, or the toxic ways we relate to ourselves and others, or the toxic ways we allow our other people to relate to us. And again, this is not about victim blaming or anything like that. A lot of the time we can get in these coercive relationships and situationships that we can find it hard to get out with, but by reaching out to maybe organizations that can help you, and I know they're limited, but by really making a plan, especially if you are in a coercive relationship, and make sure you put it in a safe space on how you can get out of the circumstances you are in that is stopping you from being empowered. So ultimately, the new moon is about, it's new, but it's also dark, and darkness is not something we normally, put together with, newness, but it wants us to embrace the duality and create a sense of balance within ourselves between our strengths and weaknesses, light and dark, and to try and build some more self-worth, confidence and clarity into our lives, or to continue to build it if you're already working on that. So ultimately it's a sacred time of renewal where we can develop, cultivate more self-awareness, love, forgiveness, acceptance, and create a profound connection to the universe and our spirit, our higher consciousness. Talking more about the esoteric, the mundane interpretations of the new moon. It wants us to, reflect on what we wish to cultivate in our life, write down specific goals and desires, and, create a tangible reminder of your intentions, reinforcing your commitment to pursuing them as the moon waxes through its stages, encourages us to release the past and let go of habits that no longer serve you. And this process of decluttering your emotional, spiritual and psychological baggage can create space for you to have more renewed passion about the life that you're living, or the life you want to create for yourself. So, choose a ritual that resonates with you and take some time out for quiet reflection, and create an environment, that's right, productive for you to be able to bring more practicality and stability into your life. More about the esoteric meanings. Symbolically, it wants us to connect with our inner self and the universe, your higher power, whatever you call it, using visualization or intuitive readings from others or from yourself, and you're just sitting there with yourself and allowing yourself to access hidden knowledge and guidance that enriches your spiritual journey. And as the new moon represents on the esoteric level the darkness of the womb, a lot of us were born in the womb. It invites us to explore the depths of our psyche, creating self-discovery and inner wisdom. You can use tools such as tarot cards, crystals or astrology to enhance your understanding of this phase, and you may consider selecting a specific tarot card or any other card that resonates with your intentions, or use crystals that align with new beginnings like clear quartz, which I can recommend, or moonstone. And it just wants us to take these moments of quiet reflection to listen to our intuition and uncover insights that may have previously eluded you, you may have ignored or you may have not been able to grasp before. So by deepening your spiritual practice in this way, you can align yourself with the natural rhythms of the cosmos, and ultimately it wants you to engage in things that can help you and connect with yourself. So any form of meditation such as mindfulness, breath work, mantra can help you, center your thoughts and emotions. Also, lighting a candle or using incense to purify your area, allowing the ambience to support your focus. You can write your intentions on paper and express them clearly and positively, and this act not only nullifies your desires but also reinforces your commitment to manifest them in coming weeks. So by visualizing the energy of the new moon and see it enveloping you, surrounding you, protecting you, comforting you, and allowing you to have more motivation. And some of you may choose to repeat affirmations that align with your intentions, but remember, you need to also put practical actions into any tool that you are using. It's not just about visualizing or affirming, it's about, creating a life, changing your life habits so you can provide the right ground for these things to manifest, and by engaging in mindful rituals you can transform your life as you start not only this new journey but a new phase of your life if you wish so. So yeah, that's the end of looking at what the new moon means from all angles. So yeah, during the new moon, as I said, we are invited to explore the deeper aspects of our personal growth, particularly as it relates to our goals, our aspirations and life path. And the energy of Sagittarius encourages us to expand our horizons both mentally and spiritually. It's a good energy to use to reflect on our goals, examine our beliefs and consider how they align with our true self. So yeah, the Sabian symbology of this new moon, it's in the 16th degree of Sagittarius, and the Sabian symbol is seagulls watching the ship. So it wants us to observe, to become aware, which will be the focus of 2025. Thinking about, the lessons you've learned from 2024 and your other years, observing your life patterns, thinking, how you can change. As we age, it's harder to change. We love our comfort zones. No one's saying it's going to be easy, but this Sabian symbology wants us to step back, reflect, assess our life, the experiences in our families, in our intimate relationships, in our friendships, in our career, in our mental health, in our emotional health, or our spiritual health, or lack of it. And by, reflecting on the themes of your life, you can gain valuable insights into your strengths and your weaknesses. And I don't like putting weaknesses as weaknesses, but, the things that you don't control, a lot of us, we use drugs, alcohol, Netflix and chilling, other distractions, hookups and stuff to run away from ourselves. So, COVID allowed us to reflect. We was forced into self-reflection for some of us, and that's why it became, really overwhelming. A lot of you, started your spiritual awakening or continued your spiritual awakening. So this energy wants us to go within, self-reflect, write down plans, write things down, voice note things to yourself, trying to get to the root of your life patterns and your true wishes. Like you may want to train to be a different profession now, and you may think, I'm too old, I don't want to do school again. Yeah, it is hard to go from not learning to learning. It's not going to be easy, and this is not to limit it and be like, oh wow, it's going to be hard. No, we can make things fun once we admit how much it's going to take. We know we may want success, but because we may be stuck in our comfort zones, we're going to have to experience a lot of failures to our success. And sometimes, we may think we're going in one direction, but we're going in another. And that direction we didn't think we was going into is for the best, eventually. A lot of people say that life is best understood when you look at it backwards, when you're at the end near enough, right? So yeah, this new moon wants us to consider the balance between our inner world and our external realities, and holistically it wants us to connect with other people and the communities that we belong to, and it wants to align our personal growth with collective goals, which we all want to say. We want to live into a better world we want more equality, more justice. Where this starts with every single one of us who are able to change in our attitudes, thinking about the things we come to believe as true, our inner values. Why do we believe the things? So the truth is, what I found, ignorance can be bliss, and a lot of us just don't want to go out of our comfort zone. And why we conform, even though we all say we hate it, why we follow the crowd, is because it gives us that sense of belonging. But because conforming, and we change, fashions change. It wasn't fashionable maybe 20 years ago to have lots of tattoos. Now it's fashion, everybody's got them, so our social norms change. So this sense of belonging is fickle, because unless you're prepared to follow the crowd at every step, at every fashion change, then you don't belong. So this new moon is asking you to find a way that you can belong within yourself, So no matter what's going on the outside world, in whether a partner leaves, or you don't get that job, or life is taking a much longer time to go in the direction that you want it to go in, you can still have that sense of unity within yourself, and then you can sort of like work with others to create unity in your relationships, and work on shared purposes, or help other people with different things that they may be interested in, different hobbies, different career paths that you may not want, but you can see the value of, maybe taking an interest in what they're interested in to create a sort of bond between you, so if you want to do that. So this energy is all about looking at the ways you can create unity within yourself, starting with your thought patterns, because a lot of the time it's our thought patterns, our unresolved trauma that drives us to destructive habits and relationships and stuff. So this new moon is an opportunity to set intentions that not only benefit you but also contribute positively to the world around you, allowing for both individual and collective advancement. So on the practical level, you can begin, on the day of the new moon, the 30th of December, setting some time aside to start your introspection, maybe thinking about over the next 30 days up until the next new moon, 28 days, how can 28 to 30 days, how can you take some time out daily to start making those changes that is going to make your life more productive for you, that's going to make you more self-aware, self-loving, accepting and forgiving. This can be as simple for some of you diving into a new book or podcast as well, or maybe a philosophy, a belief system that kind of gets your interest and curiosity, or maybe planning a trip to a place in the coming future, giving yourself something special to look forward to, whether it be, okay, if I stick to my plan, next Christmas, New Year, I will buy myself a special, I don't know, for some of you, be food, drink, trainers, shoes, jewellery, whatever it is, just giving yourself something to look forward to. Some of you may be something big, and that doesn't matter, even if it's only something small, because we've all got different finances and stuff. Something meaningful for you, something meaningful to you that will make your world, make you shine after 2025, committed to your personal growth. So embrace being spontaneous, getting outside of your comfort zone. This can be trying something new each week, whether it's attending a workshop on or offline, trying a new cuisine, cooking something new, meeting new people, watching a new show or documentary series, podcast, there's something that can help you, be the best you. So you can keep in mind the Sagittarian spirit of adventure and expansion. Maybe create a vision board, a to-do list, one of those to-do list daily planners where you write down your daily tasks and tick them off. You're probably going to hear me rave on about this. I'm the spontaneous type, and I have tried to book routine a lot in my life, but I've surrendered. I found a middle way, so I'm going to be obsessively trying out this daily to-do list thing. I've been doing it sort of this when I wanted to, and the days when I've done that, I've been more productive, so I'm going to go forth with it. So this is the whole spirit of not giving up on yourself and getting back up after every failure, and there always are going to be failures, and it's giving yourself grace for that. So anything that helps you focus on your dreams and aspirations, this new moon's really good. Sagittarius, it's the centaur, the half human, half horse, so we can kind of, behave like white stallions, productive white stallions for 2025. So, start that YouTube channel, read that book, start that podcast, forget about the other people doing it. The time is your time. So this energy is all about freedom, growth and exploration, as we kind of use images and words that inspire us, and we can regularly, revisit our to-do lists or vision boards to remind ourselves of our goals. Make it fun, make it pleasing. Also, there's a book, The Artist's Way, which I recommend for you to research. I'm not going to tell the author's name. The Artist's Way is the book. It's got a 12-week program. You can start that and start tapping into your inner creativity more as well. So also you could start a daily gratitude practice that can increase your connection to the Sagittarius energy, taking each day to acknowledge the lessons learned from your experiences, creating a mindset of abundance and positivity. And by integrating these practical steps into your routine, you can align yourself with the expansive qualities of Sagittarius that are inviting you towards greater fulfillment and having joy in your life. So on the worldly materialistic level, the Sabian symbology, which I'm going to go more in depth about later on as I do, again, wants us to reflect on the potential ventures that align with your ambitions, In terms of our worldly career kind of financial goals, it's an ideal energy to start to strategize, whether it be investing in a new project, creating a new budget, entrepreneurial ideas, starting a new venture, seeking out collaborations, people that you can work with, and this can lead to substantial gains in the long run. By focusing on what you truly desire and how you can manifest those desires, you can be in a better position to take advantage of, the different openings that come your way. Also, the new moon encourages you to develop relationships that can assist your material goals. Networking becomes a powerful tool. Attending social gatherings, professional events that align with your interests, engaging with like-minded individuals can lead to partnerships or mentorships that can increase your financial standing and broaden your horizons. And by trusting in the process of growth and abundance, as the energy Sagittarius creates not only personal enrichment but also community support, you can really open up to newness. So to talk more about the financial implications on a deeper level, it wants us to analyse our current spending, saving, our portfolio, if you've got cars, homes, whatever, whatever your assets, and identify both your strengths and weaknesses. Do you have habits that you cannot control? Like, do you spend too much in one area? For some of you, it being cleaning products, maybe. For others, it be drugs and alcohol. What areas could you draw back? And if you can't draw back because, you literally don't have any funds for luxuries, thinking about ways that maybe you could, I don't want to say earn more, because in a way that you can increase your income. And it wants us to consider investments or spending our time and habits that are in line with our long-term goals. So going out every weekend with your friends, spending all your money on having a good time may in the short term make you happy and instant gratification, but in the long term, because maybe you may have another goal of wanting to buy your own house or rent your own place, or rent your own room even, because of your other habits where you're wasting too much of your time, energy and resources. Because if you're going out drinking every weekend, you're going to be spending more time recovering, and so maybe you go out Saturday and Friday nights, you recover on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you may feel more refreshed, and then by Thursday, then Friday, the cycle starts again. So just thinking about how you can spend your time and energy and money and other resources and more promising opportunities, and what it's really going to take for you to do that. And fluctuations in the market and the doom of the unpredictable sea. If you see money goes up and down, energy goes up and down, but what we're trying to do is to do our best to find that balance in between the fluctuations, so we can stay as stable as we can on the mental, emotional, spiritual levels. So the new moon's presence in Sagittarius inspires us to take calculated risks or diversify your investments. Reflect on the sectors that resonate with your values and goals, especially those that could benefit from innovation or expansion. And by aligning your financial strategies with the reflective, introspective energy of this new moon, you can increase your potential for success while remaining grounded in pragmatic decision making. The key word of this new moon is making those decisions that are good for your emotional, spiritual and psychological health in the long run, being pragmatic. For some of you, maybe ending a relationship, ending a career, vowing to change your thought habits, your self-destructive habits. And this is not the same. We've all got some kind of vice, and I'm not the karma police. I'm not here to say give them all up. What I'm here to say is, I do believe if we all just change one habit of ours that may be a bit toxic, or I don't like the words toxic or negative, but maybe self-destructive, soul-destructive even, then I believe the world can become better that way. So in the social collective dynamics, it wants us to really focus on the interplay between being vigilant and exploration, being vigilant, being observant of the red flags and potential dangers in the world, but also exploring the world, not being scared of it, I found, being aware of the red flags, so it's not scary. It's when we ignore the red flags or we keep on falling victim to the red flags, then we keep on believing this is our worth and stuff like that. So being aware and being vigilant and avoiding the things that you feel you've outgrown as a person, and it's not about thinking you're better than anyone else or anything like that. It's just about, you as an individual finding that sense of belonging within yourself, rather than in the social norms that say follow the crowd, dress like the crowd. Now the crowd thinks like having Botox maybe, or using filters is beautiful, having tattoos is beautiful, ignoring drinking alcohol is the in thing, not beautiful, so the in thing, popular. So just thinking about what popularity means to you. And seagulls of birds are seen as freedoms of perspective, individuality, freedom. And in terms of our communities, it suggests that communities can thrive when individuals are attentive to their individual and collective journeys, and this is how we find our happiness. So as we consider the symbolism of the new moon in Sagittarius, it wants us to recognise the interconnectedness of our actions and those of the broader society, as I said, and just as seagulls serve as a reminder to maintain awareness of the social currents around you, creating a sense of unity and shared purpose, to also remind us of the individual journey of self-awareness, self-love and forgiveness and acceptance as well, and creating a sense of unity within you and working to find and live your purpose. Now for some of you it's to be a business CEO, for others you want a family, and that doesn't mean that the person who wants to be a CEO and the person that wants to be a family are any more successful than one another. It means we've all got different goals, so we need to start thinking about what society tells us successful is and what will make us happy, and looking at what you as an individual needs to feel happy from within you. And like I said, I think it comes from that sense of belonging which we have been taught to misplace in romantic love, or how well our children do, how much our parents love us, how much friends we've got, how much likes we've got on social media. But it's not that. It's about how much we can keep on loving ourselves when we can be our hats sometimes, or that sense of belonging to us, to know that no matter what the external throws at us, we've got that core of us, So in this context, the ship where the seagulls are around represents society's goals and collective plans, and the seagulls symbolise the essential role that observation and insight play in navigating life's challenges. When we observe things, we can recognise patterns, we can know. Sometimes, I've learned, as someone who kind of does like to speak my mind, I'm not going to lie, I don't really like to lie to those I'm close to or at all really and stuff like that. So I've had to realise that, some people are liars, for instance. So me expecting them to ever tell the truth and getting upset every time, and this has happened like a million times with certain people, that they're lying and taking it personal and think, oh, it's me, why they're lying to me? I be honest with them, I ask them to be honest with me, why lie? No, we have to realise that, leopards can change their spots, people can change, but they have to actively work at daily changing. And also a lot of the times people's behaviours is not because of us, it's because of the patterns that they have fallen into. So learning to become resilient of the world and its people is while still maintaining love for them, or tolerance. Then if we let's begin there. And then we can build up love for the world and people once we start loving and accepting all the strengths and weaknesses and the dark and shades and the shadows within ourselves. So this new moon invites us to engage in community discussions where we listen to different perspectives, and this can increase our understanding and build more solidarity. And the seagulls embody the idea of watching and learning, reflecting how our contributions can help guide, our inner ship to a more calmer water. So by taking care of our psychological, emotional, spiritual needs in 2025 and beyond, we can create more inner peace and more sense of belonging within ourselves. And a lot of the time we focus on, are people going to accept me, or how am I going to get there? No, focus on the day-to-day change. You fail one day, you fall short. One day you may meditate 10 minutes, the next day you meditate 1 minute, then for the next 4 weeks you may not meditate at all, then you may meditate again for 5 weeks, then you may not meditate for 7 weeks. Just keep trying and believing in yourself, and this is how you build up change and the muscle of change. Because remember, you've probably spent 5, 10, 20, 15, 30 years living in your comfort zone and all your habits, so it's going to take you time. And yeah, someone else may be ahead of their journey, but it's your journey, so it's about gauging you on the person you were before rather than gauging your progress on someone else's progress. So yeah, I'm going to talk about the aspects that the sun and the moon make at the time of this Sagittarius new moon and how they influence this new moon. So the moon and the sun make a semi-square to Venus. So this, brings tension between our emotional needs and our desires for connection and love, and of course the expectations of other people. So we may find ourselves feeling conflicted during the next 2 to 4 weeks in our relationships, especially in the relationship with ourselves, as the sun and the moon's energies can lead to misunderstandings or frustration, especially about love and affection or intimacy and sense of beauty, attractiveness, or conflicts over inner values, because this energy, this new moon is pushing us to change. So, this semi-square brings a challenge to that change, and it wants us to navigate, our obstacles and feelings that may come up unexpectedly. So it's essential to communicate open and honestly, even though it may be scary, and avoid being aggressive, even passive aggressive and people pleasing. And as we express our feelings, this can help us kind of alleviate any built up tension and create a greater understanding of ourselves and others. And this aspect serves as a catalyst for self-reflection and growth in our relationships. And as we become more aware of our values and what we truly seek in our love and companionship, we can sort of realize, okay, these friendships, this relationship's not for me. I may need to distance myself from this family member or these family members, and not just say, these people are negative. It's not about that, because, there's a song, Crowded House, wherever we go, we take the weather within us. So if we see negative without, it's within as well. But that's not to say victim shame, and I don't mean it in that way. I mean it sometimes, if we want to change, we have to be the change that we want to see in the world, to quote the quote, And sometimes this means leaving behind or distancing ourselves from quite a lot of people, because sometimes that's how life is. But the positive is we can align with people that truly value us and accept us for who we really are. So journaling, meditation practices, or conversations with trusted friends, or we've got the Samaritans in the UK, or anyone, mental health organisation, whatever telephone line that can help you provide insights, researching online, tools that can help you align your emotional needs with your desire for connection. And this is a valuable energy to use for your personal and relationship development. So supporting your sort of inner shadow work and facing home truths, living your truth, being the authentic self. So yeah, the sextile square between the sun and the moon and Uranus brings unpredictability into our emotional world. So again, adding to the Sagittarius energy that wants us to be optimistic, move outside of our comfort zone, have adventures. This adds to it, and it can bring sudden flashes of insights in our feelings that can add to us feeling unsettled. So just really doubling down on the moon and the sun semi-square. So both of these aspects are really wanting us to get inside of our inner world and our inner needs, and really get honest about what we really want from life, and from what we want from our relationships as well. So we may, as I said, just have sudden light bulb moments of genius, or just creativity that gives us solutions to getting outside of our problems, or starting a new business, or a new hobby or something like that, that just adds to, that makes things click for you. It's important to be flexible, adaptable and open-minded, as these unexpected emotions, once again, can be unsettling, but they can lead to breakthroughs in understanding yourself and your needs, and anything else that you experience right now, whether it be other people's needs and wants as well. And while we may face these moments of restlessness and anxiety over the next 3 to 4 weeks, by embracing this discomfort, we can have significant personal revelations, and it encourages us to embrace our individuality and authenticity within relationships. So we may feel a stronger push to assert our independence, which can lead to both conflict and liberation. and we can channel this energy into creative expression or innovative problem solving, allowing our emotions to motivate new ideas, and by remaining conscious of any impulsive tendencies, we can navigate this energy and increase our relationship, starting with the relationship each of us need to be having with ourselves. And this is how we can gain a deeper understanding of our unique emotional responses. Also, there's a T-square that happens at the time of this new moon, which happens between Saturn in Aquarius, Pluto in Capricorn, Jupiter in Taurus, and the midheaven in Taurus, and this has a 14% orb tightness. So again, this configuration brings a clash between our goals, responsibilities, and our transformative desires, the desire for change, to get outside of our comfort zone, to make this new year 2025 a new year, to build, to start, to let go, to become less toxic to ourselves and others, to start to really understand or continue the work of understanding ourselves on emotional, spiritual and psychological levels, so it presses us to make peace, reconcile our long-term goals with our short-term goals and immediate opportunities and responsibilities, especially those related to our personal responsibilities, our family responsibilities, personal growth, and our contributions to society. And the Sabian symbol of the seagulls watching the ship emphasizes the themes of observation and distance, and we may find ourselves assessing our direction in life, seeking to gain clarity about our path while feeling the weight of external expectations. So on the positive side, this T-square can inspire a strong drive to take a calculated risk and assert our vision, particularly in a professional public area that's represented by the midheaven in Taurus. But the challenge comes on the negative end, that we can just feel overwhelmed as we are asked by this new moon to kind of juggle conflicting demands of conforming, living up to other people's expectations, and finding and expressing or continuing to live our authentic life and values and be our authentic selves. So we can feel torn between the desire to break free from our limitations right now and the need to establish stability. So it becomes crucial to use the energy of the new moon to set intentions that honor your ambitions and stay grounded in reality, emphasizing patience and strategic planning, and how they can lead to insights that increase your personal and professional journey in the coming months, So patience and strategy are the key themes of 2025. Being patient with yourself as you change, making a strategic plan and sticking to it as much as you can to follow through on your goals. So write down everything you want to achieve, do a vision board, take that time, if it takes you 2-3 days, whatever. The planning stage is as much important as the execution stage, even if it, don't plan for, I don't want to say even if it takes you like a month, if the plan requires you a month to do it, if you're time constraints, but don't just long out the thing, as we say, don't just extend it, get on with making those changes, at your own pace, in your own time. So, but being realistic with your time, because we can procrastinate as humans as well. So yeah, I'm going to talk about the karmic meanings and lessons that can be learned, and the past life memories and dreams that can come up during this new moon. So the karmic lessons associated with Sagittarius, as I said, wants us to explore themes of exploration, freedom and growth and independence, urging us to seek knowledge and broaden our horizons, both physically through travel and intellectually through philosophical, spiritual, higher learning, religious activities, expanding your mind, thinking, how can I break free from my limitations? How can I deal with this in a different way? Often, someone says something horrible, we can take it personally. As I said, we can think our time's gone and just think our life is always going to be crap. Yeah, maybe the life you thought you wanted, you can never have, but you can create a life where at least you can make peace with how life is and really really get to know yourself, and you may surprise yourself in the things that you truly desire, and they may be different from the things you think you desire, been taught to desire, which you may not have, and this is why you're unhappy. But finding the things that you really want can really liberate you on a certain level as well. Yeah, as you reflect on, past experience and beliefs, what you're told to believe in, have shaped your desire for independence or lack of it, or has made you not want to learn new things, maybe not want to learn a new culture or religion or anything like that, because you've been told you should follow your nation's or family's beliefs, and just really thinking about what truth means to you as well. So the karmic journey shows a need to balance your quest for freedom with the responsibilities you owe to others, encouraging you to understand that genuine growth comes from both personal exploration, going within, dealing with your psychological, emotional, spiritual trauma, coming to understand and love yourself regardless of what other people say, which is the hardest part, or the things you may have done, what may have hurt others, or you feel you've lost something, or you can't live without certain things, and also having meaningful connections. For some people it's just with themselves, but for the majority of us, we find that connection with another person as well, but we must also have that solid source from within, so we can love others, have healthy relationships. If we want healthy relationships with other people, we have to have that with ourselves. And in terms of past lives, we may have sort of instances around past lives where themes of guidance and observations, really the seagulls are, imageries wanting to evoke a sense of perspective, pushing us to assess our current course of action while remaining open to the lessons presented by the surroundings and people in our surroundings as well. And it encourages us to reflect on how our past decisions have impacted our present, and it wants us to integrate these lessons into our current journey and embrace the opportunity to release old patterns that no longer serve us as well, allowing for new wisdom to emerge, new beliefs to sort of emerge from within us as well. So we have to consider what any memories that come up reveal about our previous encounters with exploration and freedom. And you may illuminate patterns of behaviour, emotional bonds, or unresolved issues that need attention in your current life. And you should pay close attention to any intuitive nudges or dreams or just feelings or, aha moments from what other people say during this time, as they may serve as reminders of your intrinsic motivation to explore new territories, be they physical, emotional, spiritual. And by acknowledging and understanding these past life influences, you can empower yourself to create a more authentic path that's aligned with your desires and with your deeper purpose, creating a sense of freedom that honours both your individuality and your connections with others. So now I'm just going to talk more about dreams during the new moon, and just how important it could be for some of you to keep a dream journal anyway. So yeah, in terms of the new moon in Sagittarius, it can provide insights into your subconscious mind, and this is what our dreams do. Some dreams may carry increased sensitivity or intensity under this Sagittarius new moon, but keeping the track of your dreams can really help you find out about your authentic and inner desires and aspirations any time of the year. So yeah, you can find yourself encountering symbols or scenarios that resonate with themes of exploration and freedom, echoing, resembling the essence of Sagittarius. And keeping a dream journal can be particularly beneficial, allowing you to capture fleeting moments and interpret their significance in relation to your current life journey. Our dreams can be really good starting points for our shadow work and inner work, and the things we need to heal, and for building more self-forgiveness and awareness and love and letting go of our past. A lot of the time we can dream about past things in our school years or early heartbreaks, and because we can stay trapped there sometimes. I mean, it's not nice when we are heartbroken or anything like that, but I noticed that a lot of us typically cut ourselves off from even wanting to feel authentic love by the time we're like 25, 30, and then live out the rest of our life from a perspective of, oh, because someone hurt us when we was maybe 15, 20, 25, we can never be loved, or we can never trust someone again. But ultimately, until we, if someone's untrustworthy, until when they learn to be trustworthy, they're gonna always be untrustworthy. It's not really on you. A lot of the things that we take personally, we shouldn't. So by engaging in meditation or quiet contemplation to increase our ability to decipher these messages, this can deepen our connection to both our past and intended future. And by recognizing and interpreting our dreams, we can align our actions with our true purpose, and this can create a sense of clarity as we prepare to start new adventures. So now I'm going to talk about the Sabian degrees that the moon and other things like Uranus makes at the time of this new moon, because they're having an influence in the T-square and the aspects as well. And just looking at the 16th degree and its meaning in a bit more depth. So as I said, the sun and the moon are both in the 16th degree of Sagittarius at the time of this new moon, and it has the tagline, the Sabian symbology of seagulls watching the ship, and it rules the left iliac vein in the human body. So as mentioned, the seagulls represent a keen sense of our surroundings and the ability to respond to changing circumstances, and it encourages us, this Sabian symbology wants us to take a step back and observe situations from a distance, as I said, and this will allow for a clearer perspective on your goals and ambitions and what you need to do to get there. And for some of you, the realisation of some of the hard work, because it is hard work, I'm not going to lie, to change, especially when we're used to living the ways that we have been for 10, 20 years. It's not easy, you don't kid yourself, it is going to be a bit hard. And so the only reason why it's hard is because we're used to getting on in our comfort zone and comfort behaviours and thoughts and stuff. So the ship signifies our aspirations, and the presence of the seagulls suggests that although we may be on our path towards our dreams, it's essential to remain vigilant and flexible and adaptable, ready to change our course as needed. So this is all about, a lot of the time what I've noticed, especially on the spiritual path, we can just get stuck in our level of thinking, in our comfort zones. A lot of us may get in through, crystals, tarots, even astrology. I'm an astrologer. I'm using it as a tool to help people navigate the energies to transcend their fate in a way, or manage their fate, be aware of it. We have free will to choose whether you want to go down the path of your fate or, choose a different direction. So although I work within the realms of astrology, I don't see it as the be all and end all, and this is the same for any religion or philosophy out there. I believe that each person needs to take time out to get to know themselves, and then find and create a one-on-one connection with whoever their higher power is, whoever they see as like a godlike figure. Some of you it's nature, some of you it's different things, but learning to realize that all humans, including ourselves, are flawed, and this is why we can't be just following any other human blindly, and this goes down to our cultures, our religions and everything, if you really think about the ramifications of what I just said, not in an egotistical way, but just to show the importance. You live this one life. Some of us live for up to 70, 80 years, and we don't take even sometime a year or 2 or 3 years out to just be with ourselves and to sit with ourselves and to get to really know us as an individual, get to know yourself as an individual. But we think we can come to know the world and the people and make all sorts of judgments on why people do this or that and why the world is this or that, without really questioning why we are the way we are. So just as seagulls observe the ship or whatever it is they have their eye on from above, to circle it, to go around a lot of times, we must be mindful of how our physical health impacts our emotional and mental states, paying attention to signs of imbalance or stagnation, as there may be consequences to our overall well-being and ability to go after our ambitions. And this is why I say it's important to prioritize our psychological, spiritual and emotional health, because this often drives our physical ability to do the things that can bring money and other things into our realm as well. And by embracing the wisdom of both our natural world and our own body, we can use this insight to guide us towards a more harmonious balanced existence. And in terms of Venus, again, where the Sun and the Moon is making a semi-square to these in the 3rd degree of Aquarius. This rules the right fibia, burn of the human body, and the Sabian symbols of deserter from the Navy. So this symbology invokes themes of rebellion and quest for personal freedom, which is the keywords of this new moon anyway, and it supports us and gives us that extra energy to consider the role of loyalty and commitment in our life, and whether we are committing to the wrong things. What about committing to yourself first? And just as a naval deserter chooses to break away from structured discipline, you may find yourself questioning the conventions, the traditions and obligations that bind you, that control you. You know, your career, what your nation wants, what the culture wants, what your parents want, what your siblings may want, your partner may want, your children may want, and to a certain extent, of course, we have to look after them up until when they can look after themselves. You know, I'm not saying it's that responsibilities never do that, but yeah, so this symbolism shows a desire for independence and a willingness to challenge authority or traditional paths, which can lead to significant personal growth. However, it serves as a reminder to weigh the consequences of our choices carefully, as abandoning our responsibilities may have repercussions that affect not only you but also those around you. Physically, the focus on your right fibula emphasizes the importance of stability and support in our body. This bone plays a crucial role in maintaining balance while standing and walking, mirroring the need to find solid foundation as you explore your desire for freedom. Recognizing that while breaking free from constraints can be empowering, it's essential to ensure our pursuit of freedom, and it doesn't want us to compromise on our well-being, and this can lead to instability, especially in our lives. So as we navigate in a conflict right now and over the coming year, as you vow and commit and day in, day out, take the steps to bring the changes you want to manifest. So this new moon is not about you, starting the things. It's about you writing down what you want to do, and consider how your physical state reflects your emotional and psychological activities, and how you can bring more harmony between your independence and responsibility. So Uranus is in the 30th degree of Aquarius, and the 30th degree of Aries has the Sabian symbol of a duck pond and its brood, and it rules the parotid gland in the human body. So it invokes the imagery of nurturing and the cycles of life, and it encourages us to explore the importance of community and family bonds, signifying nurturing that's required to care for each other's and attending to our own needs. So it's about finding that balance, like I was saying earlier. It's not about throwing the babies out, your children with the bathwater, and just be like going wild and burning your whole house down, but thinking about what growth you really want to try and tackle for the rest of your life, and what steps you need to put into your daily habits and into your relationships to make that happen. For some of you, it can just be having words and telling people your boundaries. For others, you may have to let certain people go, because it can be very hard if you live in a destructive household. And I know some of you may be in coercive situations, and these can range from parent-child relationships to even, it's not always about lovers. The most coercive relationships I've ever witnessed in my life is often between parent and child, or family members. So just thinking about the relationships in your life that you need to distance yourself from, and this is not shirking your responsibilities. Sometimes, I don't want to say it blasé, but sometimes if you support someone financially, that's all they really want from you. So sometimes we make the mistake of thinking, oh, they only want me for my money anyway, and then you give them your energy and make them batter you down. Sometimes just give them the money and run, if you can afford to do that, if you get the analogy of what I'm truly trying to get at. And yes, it may hurt when a parent doesn't truly love us, and someone don't love us and see us for who we are, but what's the biggest tragedy? Staying in that relationship. And I know it can be hard to leave for some of you as well, and never getting to experience your own love, let alone romantic love, So looking at the habits and the heartbreak that you've been carrying around like a boulder on your back for decades, and thinking about how you can let that go. Not to shame you or nothing, it's not about that. To get you to realise that, if you create a space for personal growth and development, you can bring more harmony into your inner world and how you see the outer world and how you allow people to affect you over time becomes less and less and less. But as you go down the path, you'll realise that sometimes the best we can do is just ignore people, because we make the mistake of seeing people are people, but a lot of the time they're stuck in their ways. We say that they're still stuck in their ways, ignore them, but they're trapped in the frequency. And sometimes, if people live in fear, when you tell them, oh, you want to start a new business, their response will only be, oh, you'll never make it, because that's where they live. They're projecting their reality onto you. So this energy wants you to kind of cultivate, be open to your authentic needs, and develop your own belief system, and create a sense of belonging in yourself, and look after your psychological, emotional, spiritual well-being, and doing things that are supportive and enriching, especially in terms of the relationship with yourself and relationship with others. On the physical level, the pituitary gland highlights the significance of communication and expression in our life. This gland is responsible for producing saliva, which not only aids in digestion but also plays a critical role in the way we process and speak and express things. So it pushes us to reflect on how well we communicate our feelings and ideas within our community, and emphasises nurturing relationships while ensuring clear and open dialogue, and this can lead to deeper understanding and stronger connections. However, be mindful that neglecting your own needs while focusing on others can lead to imbalance, and it reminds you to maintain self-care as you nurture those around you and yourself. So now I'm just going to sum up with the best things for creators, professionals, entrepreneurs and alternative healers to do at the time of this new moon, and singles and self-partnered as well. So creators are encouraged to channel this energy into their creative plans, allowing inspiration to flow freely. Professionals and entrepreneurs can use this time to focus on networking and building new connections that bring joy, fulfillment and direction to your careers. Alternative healers can find it beneficial to explore innovative healing techniques and share their gifts with others at this time. Lovers can deepen their emotional connection and strengthen bonds with romantic gestures, while singles can embrace self-love and reflection. Self-partnered individuals are advised to practice self-care routines and engage in activities that bring happiness and contentment. So, in conclusion, this event encourages us to adapt a holistic approach to looking after our psychological, emotional, spiritual and physical, and even our financial needs, considering not only our personal ambitions or what the world tells us to be popular and what we should be doing, but also how your goals and expectations align with your financial and social responsibilities, but your authentic needs as well. And as you navigate this period of new beginnings, think about the broader implications of your actions on both an individual and collective scale, and embrace the opportunity to gain insights from your experiences. And just as the seagulls deserve the ship, ready to take flight as new horizons, new things come up emerge, by remaining open and adaptable, you can use the transformative energy of this new moon to push you towards meaningful growth in the year ahead, and within yourself, and self-love and acceptance, and just accepting reality for what it is, and to sort of just, believe that this year can be a powerful year, that the coming of the rest of your life can turn around no matter what's come before in your life, that if you're open to daily change, getting back up after year of failure, 2025 and beyond can be your year. So that's the end of this special of the new moon in the 16th degree of Sagittarius that happens on the 30th of December 2024 and is exact at 10:27 on the 30th of December. Take care and see you next time.